Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today is Monday, October 26, 2020. Today we're going to be working on Module 4, Lesson 3. Today we're going to get to practice doing the arrow way more. I know we started on Friday and we need more practice, so that's why we're doing it today. What's your daily goal? Our goal is to make sure we complete all the assignment and submit your work. We're going to need a pencil or new book number 2 and book number 3, the new one as well. What are our online expectations? Make sure you're sitting tall, that you have all the materials ready in park, that you actively participate by doing your work. If you have any questions, you reach out to me or Mrs. Allen. That when we're in the live session, that you raise your hand using the hand icon, that you always stay on mute to respect everybody's learning time. You only unmute yourself when you're called on. We ask math questions. If you have any other questions or comments you want to share, you wait until the end. And make sure you're completing 3 or more lessons a day in Hotspot, boys and girls. By the end of the lesson, what are we going to do? We're going to be able to add and subtract multiples of 10 and some ones within 100. And remember, today we're focusing using the arrow way. Your turn to read the objective. Yes, you can add and subtract multiples of 10 and some ones within 10 and 100. So, what do we need to learn? We're still continuing with the same material, boys and girls, the same concepts. We need to know the ones, the tens, and the hundreds. And you really need to think, well, how many more, how many less, and you're going to see. Boys and girls, you have 10 seconds to open your new Learn book to page 18, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And I'm going to give you 4 minutes to write the key points. Now, what we're going to do is I only want you to write the words. When we model, I want you to write it. So, let me repeat the instructions. On page 18, write key points. You're going to have 1 minute to only write number 1, and you're going to write decompose the second add-in. Go. Only key point number 1. If you finish, you can start with key point number 2, boys and girls. Remember, we only copy the words. Decompose the second add-in. "30 seconds left. Great job writing key point number 1. Okay, now you're going to have another minute to write key point number 2. Write the first number and the arrows. Go. "30 seconds left. Third key point, add the first part and write the total. Thirty seconds. Okay, and the last one, key point number 4, add and subtract the second part and write the total. Another minute. Thirty seconds. Great job copying the key points, boys and girls. Okay, now that you're ready for the live class, what I want you to do is you have 10 seconds to get a white piece of paper and you're gonna copy what I do. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0, boys and girls. You should have only a white piece of paper. Right now, you're only gonna watch me solve this problem. Then we're gonna do the next one together. So, we practiced adding and on Friday. So today we're gonna continue doing it using the arrow way. And the arrow way, boys and girls, is very simple. We just need practice, but it's like we've been doing it skip counting. Remember, you're not doing this, you're only watching me. So we're gonna add 48 plus 20. Then we're gonna solve 48 plus 21 and 48 plus 19. So how can I solve it? Let's follow the key points. Ready? This is the first add-in. This is the second add-in. The first one says decompose the second add-in, so that means I break it apart by value. So 20 has 2 10s and 0 1s, so I write the value of 2 10s is 20 and 0. That's the first step, boys and girls, so I can put a check mark on the first step. Step number 2 says write the first number and the arrows. 48 is the first number, so I write 48. I have 2 parts, so I'm going to write 2 arrows. Arrow number 1, I leave a space because an answer is going to go there, and I leave another, and I'm going to draw another arrow. Remove this a little bit. So I already finished with key point number 1 and key point number 2. Key point number 3 says add the first part and write the total. So Since this is 48 plus 20, this part goes over here, plus 20. And 48 plus 20 is, this is like I'm skip counting. 48 plus 20 equals, get ready. Yes, 68. Now, I know I told you to do 2 arrows because there was 2 parts, but you know any number plus 0 gives you the same answer, so I stopped right there, boys and girls. This is for the first part. Now we're going to do 48 plus 21 and 48 plus 19 using this number to help us. From 20 to 21, is it one more or one less? Get ready. Yes, one more. Now, from 20 to 19, is it one more or one less? Think about it. Get ready. Yes, one less. So I want you to keep that in mind. So remember, key point number 1, decompose the second addend. I break it apart. 20 and 1. When I break it apart, I can put 20 in one part and 1 on the other part. That's key point number 1. Key point number 2 says write the first number and the arrow. So I write 48. Remember, there's 2 parts, so I draw arrow number 1 and I leave space, and arrow number 2. Key point number 3 says add the first part and write the total. This is the first part. This is the part that goes here. Plus 20. And we actually already solved it, so we know that 48 plus 20 is 68. Now, the second one is add or subtract the second part. In this one, I'm going to add because 20 and 1 make 21. So this part that is right here goes right here plus 1. So 68 plus 1 equals 69. And remember, you told me earlier that 21 is 1 more than 20. So 69 is 1 more than 68. This is how we're linking it to the lesson that we did on Friday. So let me model the other one, boys and girls. This is going to be a little tricky, so it's so important that you pay attention. First part is decompose the second addend, but I'm not going to decompose it by unit, how we do it. This one, you know that 19 is 20 minus 1 gives you 19. And remember, because that's how you know that 19 is 1 less. That's what I'm putting 20 on one part and 1 on the other one. So watch me. Still follow the same steps. Write the first number and the arrows. And as you can see, boys and girls, is exactly we just following the same part that upstairs. Key point number 2 is add the first part and write the total. So I can copy this one, which is this part only, 48 plus 20, and that gives me 68. Now, the other one says, key point number 4, add or subtract the second part and write the total. Now, instead of adding, I'm going to take away because because remember, minus 1 less is going to give me the correct answer. So 68 minus 1 equals to 67. Well, let's check if those answers make sense, boys and girls. Going back to the same answer. 48 plus 20 gives us 68. 48 plus 21 is 1 more and gives us 69. And 48 plus 19 is 1 less than 68. So, now we just reviewed practicing one addition. Now I'm going to teach you how to do a subtraction. It's exactly the same way I follow the same key points, but instead of adding, I'm going to subtract. So, first key point, let's say we remembered without looking at them. Decompose the other addend. I break it apart first. Now this is, I decompose the other numbers, so I decompose it. Minus 20 and 0 make 20. Now, remember, in the first one, I only write one arrow. So, now, oh, Ms. Bocanegra started talking. I'm modeling this. You don't write this. It says 68, arrow away. Then, key point number 3 was at, in this case, I don't add, I subtract the first part. So 68 minus 20 equals, yes, 48. So I write that. So I'm done with that one. Let's go. Remembered. Now it's the number 21. But this is a minus, boys and girls. And from minus 20 to minus 21, is it one more or one less? Get ready. What do you think? Yes, it's one less. And let me show you how, boys and girls, when you are looking at a number, the number 20 is on here. So, and the number 21 is right here when we're counting backwards. So this is an open number line. Oh, Ms. Bocanegra made a mistake. She can't write it here. I'm going to write it right here. So I have a number line. So when I have an open number line, this is the number 20 and this is the number 21 when I'm counting, when I'm subtracting. And the number 19, it's right here. That's when I'm counting, boys and girls. This is the number 20. I'm taking away 20. When I take away 21 is one less. And when I take away 19 is one more than number 20. So, let's check here. The first step was decompose the number, so I break it apart by minus 20 and minus 1, and that gives you 21. So let's follow the second step, which was write the numbers and the arrows. This time I have 2, so I'm going to have to write 2 arrows. Then I have to subtract and write the total. Minus 20 goes here. 68 minus 20. Minus 20 gives you 48. 48 minus 1 gives you 47. You see how when you're here, minus 1 is 1 less. 1 less than 48, yes, is 47. Now let's do the other one. This one is tricky. 68 minus 19. I'm going to decompose the second addend. Just like the other one was tricky, this one I'm going to write minus 20, but one more than minus 20 gives you 19. You see right here, if I'm at 20 and I jump one more, that gives me 19. So that's why I'm doing this like this. So still, I first write the first number, then I write 2 arrows. Then I'm going to subtract the first part, which is this one. 68 minus 20 gives us 48. Now, I'm going to add 1, so that way I get that number 19, because 20 plus 1 gives us that 19 that I'm adding, boys and girls. 48 plus 1 gives us 49. So let's see 3, and you're going to submit lesson 13. All the problems in lesson 13. A, B, C, and D. That's what you're going to submit. Thank you for your hard work. We'll see you later. Bye.